Hi, I'm Angelina Monaco with Interactive Business Systems, now part of the Planet Group, and we are a longtime sponsor and supporter of i.c.stars, and I am honored to introduce Matt Dickerson, graduate of the i.c.stars Cycle 30 program, as well as Patrick Moroney, Chief Information Officer at Central States Funds. They will make you laugh, they might make you cry. Either way, enjoy, and hopefully they get your vote as Best Talent Duo.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We've been apart for a while and it's nice to be put back together again. Matt and I have been challenged with the subject of dad jokes. Matt and I love telling dad jokes. Our dads love them. I'm an expert, so I felt I'd share my expertise with young Matt, and hopefully in the process you learn some things about us. I saw Matt in the bathroom the other day and he turned to me and said, "European." And I said, "No, I'm absolutely a red-blooded American. I'm in a band, but my favorite rock group is Mount Rushmore." Speaking of my favorite fruit, ever wonder how many apples grow on a tree? All of them, of course. I love to travel, and once I saw an explosion in a cheese factory. Debris was everywhere. Someday I'd like to go to the moon, but I hear the restaurants there won't have much atmosphere. I like coffee, just like Moses. He brews it himself. I bet none of you know what my grandfather said to me right before he kicked the bucket. He said, "Pat, watch how far I can kick this bucket." Before I got into IT, I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't have the patience. Then I considered being a baker, but I didn't have the dough. I finally got into IT, and the first thing that happened was someone stole my Microsoft Office. I shouted to all, "I will find you. You have my word." How about you, Matt?
Well, as I reversed my car out the driveway this morning, I thought to myself, gee, this really takes me back. I was so hungry this morning, I almost ate my watch, but I decided against it because it would be too time consuming. The morning was really rough. I locked myself out of the house, but I was able to talk myself back into it. Communication is key. Pat told me someone keeps calling his phone, sneezing and hanging up. I'm getting sick and tired of these unsolicited cold calls. Pat's grounded breeding business is having a hard time getting off the ground since the lizards won't mate. Sounds like a case of erectile dysfunction. Anyways, I really have to beef up my cybersecurity. Some hackers broke into my system and got away clean. They must have ran somewhere. Well, I just want to say I love working in IT, but sometimes I miss the old days of working as a waiter. Pay wasn't great, but I always put food on the table.
Thanks, everybody. Stay healthy.
Good evening. I'm Chris Jordan with Levi Ray and Shop Incorporated. I'm excited to announce the dance performance featuring Gaukhar Javarova of Cycle 45, and who is now a data scientist at Thinkful, and Jerome Snell, Chief Technology Officer at Accuity, along with his daughters. Feel free to dance along and be sure to vote for Gaukhar and Jerome.
And now I'm ready to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll get you to the stars again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do the stars again. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me. And when you're done, I'll make you do the all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, 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 oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me. Hey, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do the all again. All again.
Hi, my name is Spencer Brown. I am with Dickerson and Associates. We are business people who know SAP. I am here with my colleague, Tim Flowers. Tim, do you want to say hi? I'm working remotely. Tim's not with me. Okay. But we are so excited to introduce a spectacular team who will be sharing their juggling talent. So please welcome with me Aslan Ussayev, graduate of i.c.stars Cycle 35 and DevOps architect at Invisia, along with Andrea Goodwin, vice president of product at Optum, and her daughter, Elena.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah, nice.
That was bad.
So the throw is more important than the catch.
The throw is more important than the catch. Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of background story why I learned the juggling. I will keep it short and sweet. One day I was walking through the park and I saw a guy who was teaching kids how to juggle. So I went over next to the guy and I asked him to teach me. The first thing he did was he handed me a ball. He said, take this ball and hold it out in front of you like this. I was confused, then got more confused when he said, now let it go. I let it go and thought, this doesn't make sense at all. Why is this the first thing I need to do in order to learn juggling? Then he explained everything. He said failure is inevitable during the learning. You have to understand that failing is part of the learning process and you have to face your fear, because he said the fear of what could happen makes nothing happen most of the time. And another thing I have to understand about failure is every time you fail, you're not starting from scratch, but you're starting from experience of the previous throws. Well, at this point, he started sounding like a Mr. Miyagi, and I was ready to wax his car all day. That's how I learned juggling, and last week I had the privilege of working with Andrea Goodwin on our i.c.stars challenge. I wish I had more time to share everything about that amazing experience and how awesome she is. She's already been juggling many balls like career. She's a VP, family. She's an awesome mom for 2 smart kids and has a very nice husband. Overall, she's a very strong woman in technology.
This week, Aslan taught my daughter Elena and I how to juggle. It was hard. I'm not naturally good at sports, and I was really concerned actually that I'd make more blooper reels and actual progress. But just as Aslan predicted, putting a few rounds of practice in every day and multiple times a day made all the difference. I have to admit that I'm not. I can't remember, actually. I can't remember the last time I learned how to do something new that was physical. I love learning and I read all the time. I'm always learning new things with my mind, but I really can't think of the last time I learned something new to do. And so it really was an awesome exercise for me to go through the process of practicing something multiple times a day to see how my brain needed the time and the breaks in between to sort of digest what I was doing, and how after every couple hours I did actually progressively get better. It was really fun to see my daughter progress as well, and it was really fun to do it together. So all that was really great. And of course, the best part was getting to meet Aslan and just learning what a special person he is, but also what a remarkable patient and kind teacher he is too. So thank you, Aslan. It was so fun to meet you and to meet your sweet kids. And thank you, everybody at i.c.stars, for bringing us together and for helping us find a way to contribute to this terrific competition.
At the end, I want to say that the world we live in is amazing. So keep learning new things and be patient. Nothing happens overnight, and consistency is very important, because little by little becomes a lot. Andrea and I had a calls only 15 minutes a day, but every single day. And look what she learned.
Grace Campbell from i.c.stars sponsor company KPMG. I'm excited to introduce you to our next talent duo, Stephen Kaufman, Chief Product Officer at Esko, and Joaquin Fajardo, graduate of Cycle 46, who is now a software engineer at Calderos. They will be sharing a moving musical performance called One Blue Nine, inspired by the time of COVID.